Howdy, 7th grade. Today we are going to be looking at ratios, which are basically fractions with superpowers. Fractions with superpowers. I want to show you how exactly this works. We're going to start off just by doing an example problem. So we're going to say there's a class with 2 girls for every 3 boys. I'm going to ask 2 questions with this. The first one is going to be if there are 10 girls, how many boys are there? That's going to be my example A. And example B is going to be if there are, let's do 30 class members, how many girls are there? So I'll show you how I would set this up. Is I know we're talking about girls and boys, so I'm going to make a chart for ratios. Sometimes you can write the 2/3 as 2 over 3, but I don't want to do that for ratios. We could, but that's kind of ugly. Instead, I'm going to write down what we're talking about. We're talking about girls and we're talking about boys. Over on the left here, I know it said we're going to have 2 girls for every 3 boys. Put 3 on the right under boys, and I know that's my ratio. Now for problem A, I'm doing A right now, by the way. I know that there are 10 girls, because it says if there are 10 girls. So I'm going to write a 10 here. And I want to know how many boys there are. So my question is going to be what number goes there. Now there's a couple ways to do this. The first is to look at 2 times what is 10, and then we can do it down this way too. 3 times what is going to be that question mark. So that's how I want to do it first, and I'm going to show you that there's another way to do it too. So 2 times what is 10? I hope we all know 2 times 5 is 10. So if I do it on that side, I want to do it over here too. I'm going to have 3 times 5, and I end up with 3 times 5 is 15. So that tells me there are 15 boys. That's not the only way we can do it though. If I wanted to, I'll actually do this in a different color instead of erasing. I could ask what did I do to get from 2 to 3? And what I did is I multiplied by 3 halves. So if I wanted to, I could multiply 10 by 3 halves, and I would also get 15, because 10 over 1 times 3 over 5 is going to be 30 over 5. That's not right. It should be 3 halves. I wrote that wrong. 3 halves. There we go. Is going to be 30 over 2, which is 15. So no matter how you do it, it's going to be 15 boys. Normally going down is going to be a little bit easier because 2 times 5 is 10, 3 times 5 is 15. Either way, you'll end up with 15. But then we have this other question, and it's a little harder. So I'm going to still set up my chart the same way because the ratio I was given is girls and boys. And I know that I have 2 girls for every 3 boys. But then this asks something weird. It says there's 30 class members. So I'm actually going to make a 3rd column here for class members. And for part B, there's going to be 30 of them. So if I have a class with 2 girls and 3 boys, how many class members do I have? Well, there's going to be 5 class members in that class. So I actually, when I was given that first ratio of 2 to 3, was given 3 different numbers, because I know if there's 2 girls and 3 boys, there's 5 total people. So then I have to ask, what do I do to the 5 to get to 30? Hopefully we know that's multiply by 6. So to find my other numbers, I'm going to multiply by 6 going down as well. 2 times 6 is 12, 3 times 6 is 18, and 5 times 6 is 30. So I'm asking how many girls. I can look down. I could actually say there's 12 girls and 18 boys, but it's only asking for the number of girls. So I'm going to say there are 12 girls in this class. There's a bunch of other ways to write ratios. If you want to write them as fractions, you can. But really it's just comparing there's this many of this thing, that many of that thing, and kind of getting a fraction to it. So we're going to simplify like a fraction and multiply both sides like we do a fraction. But we're going to call it a ratio because it's going to be a lot easier to use and going to do a lot more for us. And that's all I got today. Please make sure you do the lesson practice. That's going to be collected tomorrow. So I will see y'all tomorrow. No, I won't. I'll see y'all on Monday. Have a great day.